Hey, good evening, Frailers. Well, I had it all worked out what song I was going to do for you guys to work on this week, and then when I found out today that Greg Lake from Emerson, Lake and Palmer and King Crimson had died, I changed my mind. Now I know when a lot of people, when they think of Emerson, Lake and Palmer, they think prog rock, as it's called, or progressive rock. And some people find that pretentious music. But the truth is, Greg Lake did a lot of songs which fall much more into the category of English folk than necessarily into prog rock or anything like that. And the song I'm going to do right now and hope you'll try is one of those. It's called Lucky Man. And it's in standard G tuning in 3/4 time. And it goes like this. He had white horses and ladies by the score, all dressed in satin and waiting by the door. Ooh, what a lucky man he was. He was white lace and feathered. They made up his bed, a gold-covered mattress on which he was laid. Ooh, what a lucky man he was. Ooh, what a lucky man he was. He went to fight wars for his country and his king, of his honor and his glory. The people, they would sing. Ooh, what a lucky man he was. Ooh, what a lucky man he was. A bullet had found him, his blood ran as he cried. No money could save him, so he lay down and he died. Ooh, what a lucky man he was. Ooh, what a lucky man he was. Okay. Now that's straight frailing in 3/4 time, and I kept it pretty basic there. There are some things you can do if you want to embellish, if you feel like it, but let's start off with, it just starts, the main verse starts as just G and D alternating, so it's he had white horses and ladies by the score, all dressed in satin and waiting by the door. Okay, so that's G, D, G, and D. Now the chorus, which goes, ooh, what a lucky man he was, twice, is just A minor to E minor. So A minor to E minor to D. So it's, ooh, what a lucky man he was. Now I didn't do it much in the video, but when I played it, but I actually like to add what's called a suspended. It turns the regular D into a suspended by just sliding up here and playing. So it's, ooh, what a lucky man he was. That's completely optional. I happen to like the way it sounds, but if you can coordinate it and stretch your finger that far, then feel free to add it in. So, and that's really the whole song, just a repeat of the verse, G, D, G, and then the refrain, A minor, E minor, D. Now, in the original version and what I just did, there's some thrown in as to the same tune as ooh, what a lucky man he was. And again, those are optional. You don't have to do those if you don't want to. One thing I wanted to mention, we get very stuck on having the fifth string, or the high G, tuned to a high G. But occasionally, you can play around with tuning it to other notes. For example, on this particular song, just for the heck of it, earlier I was playing around with tuning it down a half step to F sharp. Which adds kind of an interesting flavor to the he had bright horses and ladies by the score, all dressed in satin and waiting by the door. Ooh, what a lucky man. It doesn't work so well in that part, does it? He was. Nah. Alright. I take it back. But in some circumstances, especially if you're playing in the key of D, it can be an advantage to tune that note up. I generally don't do a lot in the way of alternate tunings or anything like that, but occasionally I like to change the tuning on that high E, or I'm sorry, high G, just to either drop it down a full tone to an F, or bring it up to an A if you're playing in the key of D or in A. But anyway, and before I log out here, I just wanted to bring up the Maryland Folk Retreat for 2017 that Pat Costello and Patrick Costello have organized. I went to this last one back this last summer, and it's a great time. I mean, you know, it doesn't really matter. It doesn't matter how strong you feel your playing is, because the whole thing is a very relaxed, open atmosphere. You know, there are people of all different strengths, and you know, people who are stronger in an instrument will happily help out people who are less strong in an instrument, and there are workshops that are tailored for, you know, all the different levels, and you know, it's just a very relaxed, pressure-free time with a lot of music and a lot of singing and jamming, and you know, nobody has to feel tentative about anything. You just, you know, you go and you have fun. And I'm going to be teaching, or you know, working on doing workshops for songwriting and also for singing. And again, those are going to be very informal kind of workshops where we just talk about how to find out, how to work out your range, for example, techniques for improving your range. Now, again, that's something that you have to really want to do and work on to have it work. But you know, how to get the most, basically how to get the most out of what you've been given is what it amounts to. And then songwriting, just basic ideas for how songs are structured, and how you can, if you have any interest in writing songs, how you can approach it, how you can get started, things like that. So I'm going to be working on those, but I'm also going to just be participating with everybody else. I'm going to be, you know, playing guitar in the guitar workshops, and playing banjo in the banjo workshops, and practicing and jamming with people, and just generally having fun. And I would hope and encourage you, if at all possible, it would be great if you could come. So I certainly hope so. You can. It takes place June 16th through 18th of 2017, and it is in Maryland. And you can get more details at marylandfolk.com, and that's where the Pat and Patrick have the write-ups on it and all the information about how you get set up to go, and how you can make reservations and all that kind of stuff. And anyway, I certainly hope that I will have an opportunity to see you and meet you and find out about some of the people who like to watch and play along with this thing. So anyway, just I hope to see you. So take care, everybody. I'll see you next week.